I have nights like tonight where I legitimately miss being homeless. And the only reason I don't go sleep on the street is because of my dog. I don't want to leave my dog by himself, but I will get up and I will go walk the streets for hours sometimes. I get so anxious in my own skin. I get so antsy about living in this world that I've never felt good enough for, yet I want nothing to do with. There's a certain freedom that comes with being homeless, and this is how I feel better about it. This is how I comfort myself on nights like tonight. I get so tired of walking into stores, walking into classes, walking into society, having to put on a smile, having to adhere to these societal standards we've all become used to that are all understood. They're unspoken, but they're understood. It's like, hey, you got to act like this. You can't be your complete self. Yeah, be vulnerable, be yourself, let your light shine, but don't shine too bright. I get tired of not knowing how to talk to people. I get tired of not feeling like I can relate to people. There's such freedom when you live on the streets. You can be whoever you want to be. You know what? No one gives a fuck. No one gives a fuck if you're unstable. No one cares if you eat out of trash cans. No one cares. You just do you. You are literally unseen and no one fucking cares. I get tired of wanting to fall apart every once in a while. But knowing if I do that, that comes with the price. Comes with the price that some of your friends probably won't want to be friends anymore. Some of the people who say you're safe will probably go back on what they said because you're not going to be safe. Think about the streets that I loved. It was an adventure. It sucked, but you know what? There was a good year when I lived on the streets. I would rather live on the streets than be in normal life, and I chose that. And there's nights like tonight where I just get so flustered, unsettled. I'm like, you know what? Fuck this. And I literally go walk the streets like I'm doing right now. Here's the thing no one tells you about recovery and, trauma in general. That shit doesn't just go away when you get sober. I used to think that, oh, if I can just get through heroin withdrawal, everything's going to be good. No, that's the easy part. The hard part is learning how to reintegrate into normal life. And you know what I found? It doesn't happen. You don't go back to normal life. You learn how to adapt with where you're at. And what's the fucked up part? This right here feels more safe to me than walking into my class I walked into tonight with 12 people who we all share the same love for our craft. We're all going towards the same goal. I want to leave and I want to run out of that fucking room every time I goddamn go in there. But this brings me peace. And you know what? Fuck you. I'm not apologizing for it because that's how I cope. I've done more work on myself emotionally, mentally, spiritually, cognitively. Even amidst all that work I've done, I'm still here. You know what? And that's fine with me because no one's fucking coming to save me. I know that. When you've lived a life like this and you've come back, look at me, most people, no one, if I don't tell them about who I am, where I've been, no one looks at me and assumes, oh yeah, he's an ex-homeless junkie who used needles to shoot up meth on the ground. No one would know that about me, which makes it even harder, honestly. Because now if I have a bad day, now people are like, what the fuck is wrong with this guy? No one sees the past. No one sees all this shit that added up to this. So I'll literally walk. I will walk and walk and walk until I don't feel like running anymore. And you know what? That's okay with me. Because these streets, they get me. This environment gets me. And I'm fucking so grateful for that. In a world where most people will never understand who you are in the first place, most would not want to understand even if they were capable of it. This brings me comfort. And I don't have to explain myself to this. I don't have to tell the streets why I had a bad day and fell apart. They understand. See this semi right here? One of my first nights homeless in the Tech Ridge Shopping Center, there was a setup like that. I slept right under that semi-loading dock. I would come up here in the corner when cars drove by, and I was happy as a pig and shit, let me tell you, because I was free. I suddenly didn't have to worry about, oh, I got to keep the mask up. I got to keep the appearances up. People might see through me today. Oh, I could be a degenerate piece of shit. I could shoot drugs. I could go eat out of trash cans. And you know what? For the first time in my life, I felt free doing that. I'll literally be laying in bed some nights, 11:30, like tonight. And I'll just get this feeling of, I'm not safe here. I gotta go. I gotta go. I envy the people who say, oh, you're safe here. You're safe. Just be yourself. Are we though? Are we really safe? I have no doubt you think you're safe. But if I start talking about what's really on my mind and how I really feel and my main struggles, y'all are going to look at me with your jaws wide open. They're going to go home and talk about it. Then when I come back next week, we're going to have to deal with, oh, there's that weird dude in the corner. So fuck y'all. That's how I feel. It's hard to trust someone who you can't relate to. It's hard to, when I walk into a room and I see normal people and I see how, we're very different. And I see how they've lived a life completely different of mine. And I'm like, okay, how am I supposed to fit in with you? People say it's not the details that unite us. It's the pain, all that Hallmark bullshit. Is it? Well, it's hard to be loyal to someone who you can't understand. And loyalty runs dry with people who we don't get. And I'm looking around, I'm like, you know what? I don't see too many people who fucking get me. You know what I mean? I used to love nights like this. Stars were out. I would pop my shirt off, which I started to get hit up by. It was always Vietnamese guys, these fucking Vietnamese dudes. They'd always drive by, hey, baby. I think they thought I was like trying to put myself out there. I just like taking my shirt off and walking in the wind. But I used to just love this. Walking with my shirt off, walking down Lamar Boulevard, Guadalupe, looking at the stars, doing a fat shot of meth, but it was free. Take the drugs away, take the trauma away. I was free and I was okay. And the best part, no one expected me to be anything other than what I was. I could be a homeless junkie. I could be a homeless degenerate. You know what? The guy walking past me on the street, keep being you, bud. Nights like this is exactly why I stayed on the street as long as I did. Getting so antsy, getting so anxious, wanting so hard to connect with the world, but wanting fucking nothing to do with it at the same time. Going into a room full of people, just crawling out of your skin. Like, what am I fucking doing here, man? Why am I putting myself through this when I can just go be on my own and live under a bridge? It sounds crazy to normal people. Made perfect sense to me. I used to go down to UT campus when I was homeless and I would walk around the university. I had a special backpack I would wear to make myself look like a student. And I would just walk amongst people, not talk to anyone, not do anything except walk campus. And that's how I felt like I was part of society, just being around them until they kicked me off campus because they found out I was sleeping in the student lounge area. That's a whole nother story though. I sometimes miss the simplicity of living on the streets. You didn't have to worry about buying, the name brand clothes. You didn't have to worry about solidifying yourself in the market just right so you could possibly set yourself up for financial security. You didn't have to worry about, impressing people. You could say, oh, that's a cool fucking tree. Think I'm going to lay there tonight. There was something so freeing about that. Most people look at that and they say, that's fucking nuts. Was it nuts to me? Still isn't nuts. It actually makes a lot of sense. When you see how most people really are when no one's looking, here's the deal. Go to church tomorrow, go to Starbucks, ask people how they feel about the homeless, the drug addicts, the less than. They'll give you the answer you want to hear. They'll champion their cause. They'll be a soldier for social justice. But you know what happens when no one's looking? Those are the people that spit on the homeless person, most of them. Those are the people who call the cops on them when they walk in the store because they just assume they're stealing. When you see what most people are really capable of, you start to call bullshit on a lot of what society says they're about, people included. You know how many people tell me I'm not alone? You're not alone, bud. I'm here for you. You know how many of those people actually keep up with me? Like 0.5%. If I called them right now, it would go unanswered. They might text me in the morning. There's nothing that makes me more angry than that. That's why I don't tell people I love them unless I absolutely mean it. I don't tell people I'm there for them. I don't tell them I love them if I'm not willing to drop everything at 2 a.m. and go be by their side. And I know that from not having that when I really needed it the most. And for the record, no one did this to me. This was the life I chose, and I have to deal with the consequences by omission or commission that I had no idea about. I got to deal with the consequences of that. But it doesn't change the fact that it still sucks. This would be a sick spot to sleep at. See this? These lights go off at some point. Hide up under there. Get your blanket, get your backpack, and it's like the fucking Sheridan. Hell yeah. This would be different if I was just sitting around doing nothing with my life, doing no work on myself. Then it would be all excuses. But here's the deal. I do more recovery work than I care to admit. I've been in therapy weekly for 5 years. I've done more spiritual work, physical work. And this is just what it is, man. And you got to get in where you fit in. And sometimes that looks like walking the streets and reminiscing. Here's a pro tip. If anyone tells you they're safe with you, especially someone who hasn't taken the time to get to know you, run for the hills. Because that person's full of shit. Doesn't mean they're necessarily being malicious. But here's the deal. The people who you are truly safe with won't have to tell you that. You'll know it by being in their presence. You'll know it by the look in their eye. And here's the other thing. This is what recovery looks like sometimes. This is what life looks like. Yeah. It's 1 a.m. and I went and walked around the block for an hour to reenact what it was like to be homeless on the streets, because that's what brought me comfort. You know what? Because no one's coming to save you. No one's going to come find you in the middle of the night and tell you it's okay. You got to do that for yourself. So find what that looks like and be okay with it. Get in touch with the thing inside your soul that says, you know what? This is weird. It's ugly, but it's okay, because no one's coming to save you. It's no one's job to save you. You're going to have to do it for yourself. I calm back down, come back to earth, walk back to my place, go back upstairs. I'm ready to keep swinging. If you think that's weird, that's fine. Fuck you. You can eat my dick. Find whatever it is you need to get through. Sometimes life is ugly. Sometimes it feels weird, but you know what? If you embrace it, that's where the strength comes from.